Near halfway, Farrow a dummy and then a go. But he's pulled down 4 or 5 metres into Parramatta territory. And Molson to Louis. Louis to Marshall. Marshall to Lawrence. Lawrence on the way, it goes to Brown. Brown is with it, like a good winger, forcing his way to stay in the field of play. Lawrence bullet-like. Marshall was falling over and throws a speculator. And it goes into touch. And Parramatta leading 20 points to 6. But it's just that air here at the ground that suggests that these Tigers aren't done with yet. If they can complete, they could give us a grandstand finish, but they haven't been completing. That's been the problem. Hindmarsh playing at middle ground, 10 metres into West Tigers territory. Burt puts a kick in. Molson's back there, and he's going to bring it back into the field of play. And down the ground goes O'Hanlon before he passes to McKinnon. And Horrow makes the tackle. Here's Brown. Parramatta putting numbers into the tackle. Hey presto, a man on a mission is the inspirational story of Preston Campbell, the NRL star, and his dream of creating a football game which came to life with the annual Indigenous and NRL All-Stars match at the start of the year. 3:30 Sunday and 9. You'll see this documentary immediately before Sunday football. The Sea Eagles and the Rabbitohs from Brookvale. Hey presto, a man on a mission. Sunday, 3:30.
Benji Marshall just tried to come up with a bit of a hey presto play here. The flick pass ruled forward, or the pass on the outside to Gareth Ellis, was ruled forward. And really, that should get Parramatta home now. We've got just over 72 minutes that have elapsed. The clock is counting down. They've got a 14-point lead. Just now a matter of going set for set and playing at this end of the field.
It looks like the weaving body of Burt has taken it to the 20-metre line. No, it wasn't. It was Maguire. Here's all good. 15 out from the line. Matthew Keating being unbroken these days. And the 9-jumper. Hayne put away by Farah. So now to Maguire. An in ball for Hindmarsh. And a barging run by the captain. 7 minutes to go. Precisely. Keating showed it to Shackleton. No, he was going himself, and then all of a sudden he got blindsided by Bo Ryan. Now Burt puts a little kick in. He knew that he had the fullback up and the winger in, but it's gone over the dead ball line. Next weekend, the West Tiger supporters are in for an away game at Dairy Farmers Stadium.
Got a restart here to find touch, and they haven't done so. So the Tigers, well, they're rolling every dice. Coming up, snake eyes.
Still, I'm looking forward to the combination here of Jared Hayne and the young tearaway Pat O'Hanlon. A big host for Parramatta is an error. I'll have to wait a bit longer. You see the big tall back rower there. Now they get high hopes for him within Parramatta.
No forward pass here. It's running the tour back out there now. Oh, an early one. Yeah, Stephen Kearney's seen enough. Played all 80 minutes for New South Wales on Wednesday night, and I thought was excellent.
Get him, pull him tight, bind properly. Get him in there, bind properly, Andrew.
And you might have just seen the sign of what is going to be for Parramatta in the last 2 months when it comes to their positions.
So Ashford, 5 metres into Parramatta's area. McKinnon. So Pete, you're suggesting that Jared will be left in the 6. Louis. Marshall stay with it. Marshall to ground. It's okay. It's play on for Lawrence. Brown looks to go in. Puts a palm on 2. He gets away from 3. Gets it to Moulton. Moulton to Fafita. Fafita pushes away from 1. Gets it on to Farah. Farah gets it away to Ashford. Ashford stays in the field of play. Puts the ball on the ground. And the referee has ordered a knock on there. Am I reading it right? Is he saying that Parramatta knocked it on?
Yep. That'll be the case.
19,654 tonight. That's an excellent crowd. Excellent crowd. So this is the incident. I just want to come back to Peter on the Jared Hayne thing. Yeah, we'll see. He's put his arms up. That's deemed as playing at the ball. So he's got it right, the ref.
We'll have a quick chat about that after we see the Tigers attack here.
So here they are with the traditional scrum these days, and Marshall, he's got rid of 1. He looks at the corner post. They put a circle around him. He has to go back, and Fafita's got the job now. But Fafita to ground, 10 out.
Got an obstruction, right?
Relax.
Penalty
Relax,
goes to
Andrew. It's a penalty. It's a relax. I'm there for obstruction.
penalty to Parramatta. Back where Marshall's run ended.
They're saying Mitch Brown got in the way of one of the Parramatta defenders. There.
Okay.
Ray, the big difference tonight, or the only difference really, with Jared Hayne, he's not doing a whole lot different with the football because he's always played up there, or has done this season. It's the fact that he's not defending back at fullback, that he's actually staying up in the line the whole time. And, you know, the unfortunate person may well be Jeff Robson, because Casey Maguire has done a great job there in this formation, and Luke Bird is certainly going to stay at fullback. He's been their best tonight, so, you know, the big difference now is just Jared Hayne staying up there the whole time instead of attacking up in the line but defending back in the custodian position.
Matua. You take all those points and take them from the wisdom that you have about not just football as a whole, but about Jared Hayne. But I'm of the opinion he's better off up in that position because it keeps him switched on. I think he's one of those players that switches off, and I don't think he realises to this day how important he is to Parramatta. But if you put him in the 6 shirt, he's got to be involved.
Well, it might not be such a good idea if you didn't have such a great person to slot in at fullback as you have in Luke Bird, who is a better fullback than he is a winger.
Yeah. Do you take my point on his attitude, though? I think he can go to sleep.
Well, the signs are good.
Who would know? Ask Jared. I don't think Jared knows.
Underbelly razor. They were after fame, fortune and power. Underbelly razor is coming soon to 9. And Hyington is with the ball here at Parramatta Stadium. 2 minutes to the full-time hooter. They have not won outright a Friday night match this year. They're about to do that as Ashford knocks on. The scrum will pack on the far side. Parramatta will have time for one more set. It'll be a disappointed Tim Sheens. 16 completions from 34. As we see yet another dropped ball. Tough ball for Ashford off a long pass from Robert Louis. And there's the coach. When he looks at the figures, he'll say, well, I don't have to really tell them.
It's now 3 straight losses, Ray. They came off the bye, so they've obviously had time to be working on what they wanted, and just the one player away with Origin duty in Keith Galloway. So it has to be a concern. It's now 7 wins, 9 losses.
I still think this club have to address the centres. They're going to lose Joel Reddy. I just see in the renaissance, if that's the right word, they haven't got that centre three-quarter that they need so desperately.
Are you talking about Parramatta here?
Yeah.
Well, they have signed Essie Tonga, and I spoke to Paul Osborne before kick-off. I said, what's new, Aussie? He said, signed an outside back today, and it's a very good one. I said, when? Well, we know. It'll be a few weeks, but that was what he told me before the game, that they have signed a quality centre.
All good with the ball. You're full of news tonight. Wedding proposals, you've announced them. Here's the kick from Bird, and it's been marked back there by McKinnon, and that is the end of the game.
No, Casey
No,
Maguire.
what's happened?
Casey Maguire's copped a knock, and he's okay now, so we've only got 7 seconds to go.
I thought our clock was out.
I think it was Andrew Fafita come out of the line and hit Maguire late after he passes. Here he turns the ball inside. Whack. They're the tackles that hurt as a ball player, because you pass and you relax. And then all of a sudden you get the whack and you get the whiplash in your back and your neck. It doesn't look too good.
It's been a fairly busy night of news. Parramatta gets a penalty. I was told earlier by David Middleton that the Canterbury chairman, Ray Dibb, has written a letter to all club members that Kevin Moore's job is not in the balance, which is a rare thing for them to do, but that's what Canterbury have done. They've assured members that Kevin is okay.
Gee, you're full of news tonight.
No, I'm just telling you, Pete, it's been a night of news. And the Moulton thing, Kevin Moore's job seems to be safe. You've announced that Parramatta signed some big back to their lineup, to their roster. And Sally said yes to, what was his name? Henry. Here's the kick from Luke Bird anyway to put another couple on the board. 22-6. 3 tries to Parramatta, 1 to the Tigers.